Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopijana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Gopijana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Jashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Jashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, যমুনা তীরা বনচারী জয় রাধা মাধব জয় কুঞ্জ বিহারী হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে জয় রাধা গিরিধারী রাধে জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন জয় গৌরানিতাই জয় গৌরানিতাই জয় গৌরানিতাই জয় গৌরানিতাই জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় জয় গুরুদেব জয় জয় গুরুদেব शिला प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna. Good morning again. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I will start the class with our Srila Prabhupada Lilamritam. This is very interesting part. And Prabhupada is trying to buy the Mayapur land with 4,500 rupees. And now, one dishmal is 20 lakhs. This is 3 bigha means, 3 bigha means, it's visible, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, it's visible, yes.
Okay, hang on a minute. It's gone with the message. I remember when we started that Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita, that our Krishna Chandra Prabhu was telling we have to read every day Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. And by the Lord's mercy and Srila Prabhupada mercy, we are in volume 2. And Prabhupada is trying to buy the land. The land. Land since birth. Yeah, I will start from here. The Mataji was finished here. Since birth, Prabhupada had been aware of the significance of Lord Chaitanya and his Dhama, Sri Mayapur. He had grown up in Calcutta, where everyone knew of Lord Chaitanya. And because his father, Gaur Mahande, had been a pure devotee of Lord Chaitanya, from childhood he had sung the Bengali songs of Gaur Nitai and their pastimes in the land of Gauda. He had imbibed deeply the teachings and pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, especially after meeting his spiritual master in Calcutta in 1922. Lord Chaitanya had spent his first 24 years in Mayapur and Navadvip. Yet, since his manifest pastimes there almost 500 years ago, the places of those pastimes had been obscured, the Lord's birth site lost, and his teachings confused and misused. Despite the disciplic line of pure devotees from Lord Chaitanya, not until the event of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, the father of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, did Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement and pure teachings began to emerge. Bhaktivinoda Thakur published many books and preached to re-establish the intellectual, moral, and spiritual integrity of Chaitanya Vaishnavism. He researched and explored the land of Navadvip, asserting the exact birth site of the Lord. Citing Vedic evidence, he established that many previous incarnations of Vishnu had enacted pastimes in Navadvip. Yes, I am finishing here. Navadvip. Prabhupada Lamrita ki jai. Event of Mayapur ki jai. Now, yeah, this one. Our verses. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 17 and 21. Before that, I would like to take the blessings from Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Srinnatam Shakatha Krishna Punna Shravana Kirtana Hridayantastha Abhadrani Vidhunati Suhit Satam नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवय भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीगुरुदिनतारणं हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Thank you to organizer to giving me the opportunity to emphasize this text today, and I am seeking your blessings, and this is my service and for my heart purification, though I am not qualified. Thank you again, Hare Krishna, for joining this class. Okay, I'm just reading the verse first, then volunteer those who are on to recite, if they can recite. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 17 and verse number 21. यमाहुरस्य स्थितिजनं संयमं त्रिभिर्विहीनं यम् अनन्तं ऋषयः न वेदसिद्धार्थम् इव कच्चित् स्थितं भूमण्डलं मूर्धः सहस्रधामसु यमाहुरस्य स्थितिजनं संयमं त्रिभिर्विहीनं यम् अनन्तं ऋषयः न वेदसिद्धार्थमिव कच्चित् स्थितं भूमण्डलं मूर्ध सहस्रधामसु. Would like to read anyone? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Thank you, Mataji. Yamahurasya sthiti janma samyamam tribhirvihinam yaman antam rishayah na veda siddharthamiva kvachit sthitam bhumandalam murdha sahasra dhamasu. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, go ahead, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam, Prabhu.
Yamahurasya sthiti janma samyam tribirvinam yam anantam rishaya naveda siddhartam iva kachit sthitam bhumandalam murda sahasradhamishu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Would like to read synonyms, anyone? Go ahead, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanva Pranam. I'll read it.
Dandavat pranam. Yes, please, Prabhu. Go ahead.
Yam, whom, ahur, they said, asya, of the material world, sthiti, the maintenance, janma, creation, samyamam, annihilation, tribhihi, these three, vihinam, without, yam, which, anantam, unlimited, rayasya, all the great, rishya, all the great sages, na, not, veda, fields, siddha, artham, a mustard seed, eva, like, kavachit, where Thitam situated, Bhumandalam, the universe, Murda Sahasra Damashu, on the hundred and thousands of hoods of the Lord. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Would like to read translation. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Translation And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Okay.
Lord Shiva continued, all the great sages accept the Lord as the source of creation, maintenance and destruction, although he actually has nothing to do with these activities. Therefore, the Lord is called unlimited. Although the Lord is in his incarnation as Shesha holds all the universe on his hood, each universe feels no heavier than a mustard seed to him. Therefore, what person desiring perfection will not worship the Lord?
Hare Krishna. Yeah, go ahead with Purport, Prabhu. Thank you.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, known as Shesha or Ananta, has unlimited strength, fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation. As described in this verse, Ananta's strength is so great that the innumerable universes rest on his hood. He has the bodily features of a snake with thousands of hoods, and since his strength is unlimited, all the universes resting on his hood feel no heavier than mustard seeds. We can just imagine how insignificant a mustard seed is on the hood of a serpent. In this connection, the reader is referred to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila, chapter 5, verses 117 to 125. There it is stated that Lord Vishnu's incarnation as the serpentine Ananta Shesh Nag supports all the universe on his hood. By our calculation, a universe may be very, very heavy, but because the Lord is Ananta, unlimited, he feels the weight to be no heavier than a mustard seed. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Very nice verse. Before that, doing the Mangalacharan. Om Abganantimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chaksurunmintagna Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manu Vishnu Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Shayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurung Shita Padakamalam Sri Gurung Vaishnavangsa Sri Rupam Shagrajatam Shagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Shajivam Shadbhahitam Shavadutam Purijan Saitam Krishna Jaitana Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lolita Sri Vishakhan Vidangscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dino Bandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopikakanto Radhakanto Namastuti Tapto Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Shute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Hestu Kripa Sindhu Vaivacho Patitanam Pavanebho Vaishnavibho Namo Namo नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति चारु स्वामिति नामिने स्निग्ध चेतो सुप्रणीतो वाग्मीनाम चरसप्रतम प्रभुपाद गत प्रणा नमामि भक्ति चारु पदम नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So today's verse, just I am sharing my PowerPoint. Is it visible, Prabhu? Tushta Chaitanya
Yes,
Prabhu.
Mataji.
Yes,
Yeah, we
Mataji.
can
Thank
see
you,
that.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna. This chapter Canto 5 is actually really very technical, and we know about that how the material energy works. So it's very important to recap this chapter. So this is Canto 5. This that is called Creative Impetus, and chapter 1 to 15 from Canto 5 that we have read about the dynasty of Priyabrata Maharaj. He was having 10 sons, and 3 became Paramhansa, and 7 becomes the ruler of the island. And in his lineage, we read about Agnidhra, Navi, Lord Rishabha, then Rishabdev, Bharat Maharaj, then Jada Bharat, means 3 Bharat, then Sumati, Gaya, and Viraja, and so on. Then chapter 16 to 26, this is very important chapter to understand. Describe the structure of universe, sthanam. We read about in that, 10 topics of Bhagavatam, like Sharga, Visharga, then Poshanam, Uttaya, like this, and Nirodha, Mukti, in the 10 subject matters in the 12 cantos. And that one is that 16 to 26, geography of the universe, and we can say cosmology. Parikshit Maharaj actually inquired about the characteristic of the 7 oceans and 7 islands created by Priyabrata's chariot whales. Actually, King Priyabrata is having 2 bodies, and he was pure devotee. One is king, and other one is son, having 2 bodies. While Priyabrata was ruling over the entire universe, he became dissatisfied with the sun, since it gives light only in one half of the universe due its rotation, means we know day night, so same way. Therefore, he decided to bring daylight to the part of the universe that was dark. Priyabrata rode on a brilliant chariot and followed the orbit of the sun around the Mount Meru 7 times, and 7 islands made, 7 oceans by his chariot wheel, means 7 ditches. So these are the oceans, and these are the islands. In this way, there is no night in the universe. So he was thinking about his inhabitants. It clearly says in 16:2, chapter 16:2, "My dear Lord, the rolling wheels of Maharaj Priyabrata's chariot created 7 ditches in which the 7 oceans came into existence. Because of these 7 oceans, Bhumandal is divided into 7 islands. Saptadipa names are Palaksha, Shaka, Krancha, like this way, Kuso, Salmoli, Plalaksha, and Jammu Deepa." And this one, slide 3, it shows about that Jambudipa. Jambudipa is like that. This is that Jambudipa, and the Bhumandal is like lotus. Sorry, Bhumandala is like a lotus flower, and its 7 islands are compared to the whole of the lotus. The place is known as Jammudipa, is the middle of the whole, circular in shape, and consisting of several mountains surrounding Jambudita, means outgoing circular islands that I told about, that Palaksha all these Deepa, and those who are the ditches that make the ocean. The Sagar. These 7 continents are distributed among his 7 sons to rule after him. And Jammudipa is surrounded by an ocean of salt water. The breadth of Jammudipa is 100,000 jojonas, means 1 million jojonas, and 1 jojona means 8 miles. So this miles 800,000 miles, and the breadth of the saltwater ocean is the same. So you imagine, it's really, sometimes when I read, it's I cannot believe in my small head and small thinking. Sukdev Goswami actually first described about the Jammudipa, and the middlemost island, and is like a giant lotus, and 8 huge bursas in this region, 8 huge bursas here in these regions. Then the chapter also describes the extraordinary features of Jammudipa. It's very interesting that that day Savitri Mataji also discussed. And the specialty of this here is Jammunad. And from the Jambu tree, the juice from Jambu tree, there is a fruit seed there, and drops when it's juice becoming in the down, it's become a Jammunad, and this becomes gold. Actually, the mud from bank of the river, moistened by flowing juice and dried by air and sunshine, transfer into gold. Can you imagine? The Indians made the ornaments from the gold. So the different type of ornaments they made. And all these arrangements demonstrate the Lord's divine design and his desires to facilitate the gradual elevation of all living entities. Without Lord's mercy, nothing is impossible. And Priyabrata was pure devotee. That's why Lord has fulfilled his desire. Then this is that entire Jambudipa, there is 9 versas. And this is that actually geographical and cosmological tour about the Jambudipa. And Lord says about the Lord's creative potency, this one, and this tracts of land, that 9 versas, not 8 versas, 9 versas of land surrounded by 8 mountains. We can start from here, that is the Irabrata Varsha, that our discussion will be there main. Then from here, Bhadrashar Varsha, then Bharat Varsha, Kimpurusha Varsha, Hari Varsha, and Ketumala Varsha, and Kuru Varsha, Hiranmaya Varsha, and Ramaka Varsha. And these are the all mountains around the Ilabrata Varsha. And in each of these 8 beautiful provinces, the celestial denizens enjoy various standards of material comfort and pleasure. And actually, we have taken the all information from different devotees, exalted devotees. These all from the maximum pictures from Gauranga Darshan Das, from his Bhagavat Prabha. Then some I have taken from that Pavan, His Holiness Pavan Das Prabhu, and he has done PhD in the cosmology. He is having a book here. Yes, so the information has taken, and then our Shubhadini and our textbook, and everything. And so that gardens are filled with seasonal flowers and fruits, beautiful decorated hermitage, inner marsh, lakes with flowers and birds between mountains. Srila Prabhupada says heavenly residents never forgets their position as a eternal servant of Lord, but we forget. This is a nice comment of Srila Prabhupada. And then we'll go for Mount Sumeru. Actually, Mount Sumeru is in between Jambudipa. We'll discuss later on. And that whatever Prabhupada says here, that this is all authentic, authoritative, bona fide. So people needs to accept with the faith. Sometimes you think, oh, these are all false mythology, but no, this is all true. And be satisfied with the authorities, whatever it's telling, and appreciate how Lord's external energy manifests in the cosmos. Our experimental knowledge can neither verify and nor disprove the statements of Srimad Bhagavatam. And we found here that that 8 Lokpal with Brahmas this is the top of the Mount Sumeru. And this is Mount Sumeru, also 100,000 yojanas high, and Brahma abode with 8 Lokpal. They are the Lokpal. They are Brahma in between. Then Indra, Yama, Varuna, Varuna, Kubera, Shiva, Agni, Nritti, and Vayu all are here. And that Brahma's township on top of Sumeru is named Brahmapuri or Manavati. And the township of the 8 Lokpalas surrounded Brahmapuri. It's still, these are the 1/4 of the main Brahmapuri. So, quick one. That one is the chapter 17 we came. And this is the descent and flow of the river Ganges, Ganga. And that 517, the Ganges River emanating from the lotus feet of the Lord inundates the heavenly planets, especially the moon, and the flows through Brahmapuri, top Mount Meru. Little bit history of this one, how it's happened, how he descent, how she descent. When Lord Brahma and went to Bali Maharaj, we know the story little bit, and so someone has know very nicely, but we must repeat for our purification, and Srimad Bhagavatam is always in the repetition too for our heart purification. Lord Brahma went to Bali Maharaj and occupied the 3 steps expansions as a Trivikrama. He covers the universe in right leg and lifted leg, piercing the coverings of universe. Causal ocean is outside of the universe. This is the causal ocean here. Sukdev Goswami describes how the celestial Ganga originates from the causal ocean. And after washing the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, making her supremely purifying. And she first descends onto Mount Meru, top of Mount Meru. and into many branches flowing through higher, middle, and earthly planets. By spreading across the universe, he sanctifies us, all living beings, and grants liberation to those who remember or bathe in her waters. 4 paths of Ganga here. Actually, her flow is like that: Kojaloshan, Dhruvalok, then Saptarishi, then Chandralok, then Mount Meru, then lower planets, then come Himalaya, then Bharatvarsha, then yeah, lower planets means Bharatvarsha, Himalayas. Actually, these 4 paths here and how it's showing here, it's clearly here, it's showing that is that Sita, Alakananda, Choksu, and Bhadra. East, west, north, south. North, south. Yes, this is the 4 flows in the Ganga. And then a Lord's expansions is in that 9 verses. It's also very interesting. Actually, Lord expands to show his mercy to the devotees, and each of these 9 verses, the Supreme Lord Narayan expands himself in various forms and remains near his devotees to accept their service. Like here, Ilabrata Varsa, I'm going to discuss today that Lord Shiva praying and presiding deities Lord Sankarsana and Bhadrashara, and presiding deities Hayagriva or Hayashira. Then Hari Varsa is Prahalad is key inhabitants and praying to Narasimha. Ketumala, Lakshmi Prajapati, and Kamdev Pradumna praying praying to him, the presiding deity.
It's like now it's comfortable.
Ramak Varsa is Vaibhashata Manu, and Vaibhashata Manu is praying the Matsya. And Hiranmaya, Arema, Kurma, and Kuru, Earth, and Varaha, and Kim Purusha Hanuman, and Rama, and Bharat is Narad Muni to Nor Narayan. Prayers are very important, and every canto of Bhagavatam prayer is there. So they have then all the inhabitants, they do the 9 sorts of prayer to their presiding deity here. Then history, before going to discuss of Ilabrata Varsa, I would like to give the little bit history. That Canto 9, it's there that Vivashata Manu, the father of Maharaj Iksaku, was sonless. Before Iksaku's birth, but by the grace of great sage Vishishta, he performed Jagna. Vivashata Manu wanted a son, but by the desire of his wife, they got daughter. That name is Ila. And Manu, the Vivashata Manu was not satisfied with the daughter. So for Manu's satisfaction, the great sage Vasishta prayed for Lila to be performed into a son, into a boy. So, so that prayer is fulfilled by Supreme Personality of Godhead. This Ila became a beautiful young man named Shadumna. So this Ilabrata Varsha is the residential place of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, and it's not accessible to ordinary human being. And Sadumna ruled Ilabrata Varsha. When King Sadumna, son of Vishwasata Manu, accidentally entered in Ilabrata Varsha, he becomes a woman by mother Parvati's cursed. Sorry. Actually, rules is that no male being other than Lord Shiva can remain in Ilabrata Varsha. Anyone else entering becomes female due to Lord Shiva's mystic arrangement. Actually, Shiva later partially restored Shadumna, making him a man 1 month and woman in 1 month. And we found how is prayer here in that Varsa, Ilabrata Varsha. Next, text 17, it's very important prayer. This is here that our Lord Shiva is praying to Sankarshan that Om Namo Bhagavate Mahapurushaya Sarva Guna Sankhayana Anantaya Abhaktaya Nama Iti. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you in your expansion as Lord Sankarsana. You are the reservoir of all transcendental qualities. Although you are unlimited, you remain unmanifest to the non-devotees. Yes. Text 18, glorifying the Lord with all qualities, protecting the devotees, highest shelter of all opulences. He stops the repetition of birth and death. And text 19, the prayer is for 16 to 24 slokas. And text 19, he's not telling he's not affected by material creation, an unaffected Lord. And the text 20, unagitated Lord, that Savitri Mataji also discussed very nicely on last Monday. And when the wives, why it's telling Dhira, when the wives of the serpent, demon were agitated by the touch of the Lord's lotus feet due to shyness, they could proceed no further in their worship of him. Yet the Lord remained unagitated by their touch, for he is equipoised in all circumstances. Then Lord Shiva's prayers, text 21, the today's verse. Okay? The Lord Shiva is praying. Actually, there are two main points and two aspects I will discuss later. And Lord Shiva is praying, the Supreme Lord creates, maintains, and destroys, CMD. That Sankarsana is the ultimate controller behind all cosmic activities. All beings act only by the Lord's energy, and Lord is transcendental and untouched by material qualities. Although the Lord activities in material nature is never influenced by it, he remains always pure, spiritual, and independent. The Lord remains witness and sanctioner, Paramatma, he is sitting on our heart. And the material nature acts only when the Lord glances upon her, that we know. Without his glance, Prakriti is inactive and powerless. Actually, in essence, in the 1721, the verse, the unlimited Lord Shankarsana is the cause of creation, maintenance, and destruction, the real source of all cosmic functions, empowering every being while remaining fully transcendental. Then before that, praying to Lord, we should know what's the meaning of Sankarsan. Why we say Sankarsan? Why we not tell some other name? So meaning of Sankarsan, literally meaning of Sankarsan. It's nice to know all the things. Actually, Sankarsan, we know that Lord Balaram is the origin of Sankarsan. Original Sankarsan from Balaram expand in first and second Chaturbhuha, that Vasudev, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Sankarsan. Second is same also. And that Balaram is attracted from Devakiti to Rohini with him. Means Jogmaya has done this one. Balaram made all kind of arrangement of Krishna. Balaram appeared before Krishna. He took 7 months to do all arrangements for Krishna. Then he said, that's why also Balaram Jayanti is before then Krishna Janmashtami. He used to facilitate to Krishna. Then he stayed 7 months in Devaki because he was drawn from one womb to another. Means Devaki to Rohini, he became known as Sankarsan. Karsan means attract. And Sankarsan is having 3 Purusha incarnations also. Karnadakshay Vishnu, Garbhadakshay Vishnu, and Shirodakshay Vishnu. So in summary, you can say that literal meaning of Sankarsan is Sham plus Krish, Sankarsana. Sam means completely together, means so completely together. This two word, and Krish means to draw or pull, attract. The one who completely draws, pulls, or attracts. This is Sankarsan. And Balaram draws all living beings to Krishna. Yes. He actually, Lord Balaram is the original Guru, we know, Adi Guru, and the source of spiritual strength, Bal. And he draws the conditional souls from material existence towards Krishna. He attracts the jivas by giving strength, discipline, service attitude, and spiritual intelligence. And he was transferred from Devakizum to Rohinizum. And also we found in the Canto 10, 213, Garbha Sankarsanat. It's a slok is there, just I put this much only. The son of Rohini will also be celebrated as Sankarsana because of being sent from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. He will be called Rama because of his ability to please all the inhabitants of Gokula. And he will be known as Balabhadra because of his extensive physical strength. He is very strong. Now, actually, first aspect is today's point. One is first aspect is CMD, and second aspect is that he is staying in that beneath of the universe. So Lord Shankarsan is having two aspects. First thing that is the Lord is the source of creation, maintenance, and destruction, CMD. And that 1721 is clearly told about that. Lord Shiva continued to Srila Prabhupada discussed. Lord Shiva is telling all the great sages except the Lord as the source of creation, maintenance, and destruction, although he actually has nothing to do with these activities. Therefore, the Lord is called unlimited, Anantam. Although the Lord in his incarnation as Sesa holds all the universes on his hoods, each universe feels no heavier than a master seed to him. We can always think about the how master seed, when we put tadka, how it floats. So when I was reading this one and I was comparing with that, the mustard seed to him. This text teaches that Sankarsana is the real source of all cosmic functions, impairing every being while remaining fully transcendental. Also, it's that from Srila Prabhupada purport, we have got the nice verses that Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, chapter 5, 118. সহস্র বিস্তীর্ণ যার ফনার মণ্ডল সূর্য যিনি মণিগণ করে ঝলমল. His thousands of extents hoods are adorned with dazzling jewels surprising the sun. Then 119, 50 কোটি যোজন পৃথিবী বিস্তার যার এক ফনে রহে সসর্প আকার, means the mustard seed stays in his head, million jojonas in diameter, rest on one of his hoods like a mustard seed. Even Chitraketu, the canto 6, and he has seen the Lord Sankarsan, and his prayer is there also. It's also wonderful. Just I have given one. And he also telling the Supreme Personality of Godhead holds all the universe on his heads like seeds of mustard. I offer my respectful obeisance to you, that Supreme Personality who has thousands of hoods. Yes, thousands of hoods. And this one also Prabhupada is telling the planets are floating, that is known to everyone. We can see actually that such a big gigantic mass, even the sun, which is 1400,000 times bigger than this earth, that is also floating in the outer space. The support is Ananta. They say law of gravitation. We say Sankarsana. So he is holding every planet, and it is said that all these universes are resting on the hood of Sheshnaga, just like small ground of mustard. He has given the lecture on Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.7, LA, September 13, 1972. So first aspect is CMD, and second aspect is this one, there's cosmic position of Lord Shesha. And actually he underlies like a plate, and there are 8 elephants, the gods who are actually holding this Bhumandal, and Ananta is giving support. It's like a, that we cannot say the Muddhakarsan Sakti, that how they balancing, it's amazing. And also this is our canto 5, that chapter 25, it says very nicely about Lord Ananta. Just I have given the one sloka. Lord Ananta, whose body is completely spiritual, resides all the root of the planet Patala. He always lives in the core of Lord Shiva's heart, and he helps him destroy the universe. Ananta instructs Lord Shiva how to destroy the cosmos, and thus he is sometimes called Tamashi, or one who is in the mode of darkness. He is the original deity of material consciousness, and because he attracts all living entities, he is sometimes known as Sankarsana. The entire material world is situated on the hoods of Lord Sankarsana. This is nice pictures I have got from the ISKCON Desire tree. Then next is very interesting, our TOVP model. Yet our temple of Vedic planetarium model is also made like this. The Sankarsana, the upstairs Gaja is giving that balance and maintaining the balance, and the end is Sankarsana. So TOVP, the Temple of Vedic planetarium model, Anantasesa is holding all universe on his head. Every universe is sustaining by Anantasesa. That's why when we Bhumi Pujan, we used to put the Anantasesa. Though we cannot see him, gravitational pull gravity is called Madhyakarsan, holding entire material creation, but Madhyakarsan is the potency of Sankarsan. So all coming from Sankarsan. So also we found that this is about this one, the top of Lokaluka mountain are the 4 Gajapatis, the best of elephants, which were established in the 4 direction by Lord Brahma, the supreme. Actually 4 is up and 4 is down. The supreme spiritual master of the entire universe. The names of those elephants are Rishabha, Pushkarachuda, Vamana, and Aparajit. They are responsible for maintaining the planetary systems of the universe. Actually, Muddhakarshan, whatever the potential of Sankarshan. Even Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 117 is telling, Shei Vishnu Shesh Rupe Dharen Dharuni Kaha Ache Mohi Shire Hene Nahi Jani. That same Lord Vishnu in the form of Lord Shesha holds the planets upon his heads, although he does not know where they are, for he cannot feel their existence upon his heads. Beautiful about that DOVP. Then that Lord Shesha's service to Lord Krishna, how he serves, he facilitated everything for Lord Krishna. This is very nice. From Canto 10. Since the clouds in the sky were mildly thundering and showering, Anantanag, an expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, followed Vasudeva, beginning from the door with hoods expand to protect Vasudeva and the transcendental child. This is that how Anantasesa is protecting Lord Krishna. And takes 120 from Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila from chapter 5 is telling, Seito Ananta Shesh Bhakta Avatar Ishwarer Sheba Bina Nahi Jane Ar. So he wants to serve only Lord Krishna. That Ananta Shesh is the devotee of incarnation of Godhead. He knows nothing but service to Lord Krishna. Srila Jiva Goswami in that, the purport is telling about the Jiva Goswami that in Krishna Sandarbha, he has described Sheshnaga as follows. Sri Anantadev has thousands of faces and is fully independent, always ready to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna, he waits upon him constantly. He is waiting what to do. What Krishna will give the task to do. And Sankarsan is the first expansion of Vasudeva. And because he appears by his own will, he is also called Sarat. Sorry, fully independent. He is therefore infinite and transcendental to all limits of time and space. He himself appears as the thousand-headed Shesha. And that about that how paraphernalia helps, how paraphernalia is Lord Baladev. Chhatra Paduka Shojja Upadhan Boshan Aram Abas Yogya Sutra Singhasan. He serves Lord Krishna assuming all the following forms: umbrella, slippers, whatever we use in the temple for worshipping the deity. These are all are the Lord Balaram, Lord Sankarsan. Bedding, pillow, garments, resting chair, residence, sacred thread and throne, everything is Balaram and Sankarsan. And 124 is telling about that. Ete murti veda kari Krishna seva kare, Krishtero sheshote pano Shesha nam dhare. He is thus called Lord Shesha, for he has attained the ultimate end of servitude to Krishna. He is having always service mode. He takes many forms for the service of Krishna, and thus he serves the Lord. Even, when the Sirodhak Sai Vishnu, that Setodipa is also Balaram, or Sankarsan. And how he looks like, we have seen in that how he's dressed. That is about in that also Chitraketi's chapter, the Canto 6 and 1630, Nirmala Gauram Siti Basanam Sfurat, Kirita Keura Katitra Kankanam. White as the white fibers of a lotus, dressed in a bluish garments and adorned with a glittering helmet, armless a belt and bundles to see his form. Then this one, the last one. That Ananta says, eternal glorifier of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he always glorified to Lord Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sahasra bodhane kore Krishna gunogan, nirobodhi gunogan anta nahi pan. With the thousands of mouths, he sings the glories of Lord Krishna, but although he always sings in that way, he does not find an end to the qualities of the Lord. He did not find end, he always does. And that one, 122 from Chaitanya Chaitamrita, Shanakadi Bhagavat Sune Jar Mukhe, Bhagavaner Gun Kahe, Bhashe Prem Sukhe. The four Kumaras hear Srimad Bhagavatam from his lips and they in turn repeat in the transcendental bliss of love of Godhead. So we came to know from the sources, the bona fide sources, that Bhagavatam came from the first parampara like Krishna, then Brahma, then Narad, Vyasadeva. Then again it came that, Sankarsan to Shanakadi Rishi. That's why it is written here. And also we found from the Canto 3, chapter 8, 4 to 9 verses, that Sankarsan spoke Srimad Bhagavatam to the great Sanat Kumara, who had already taken the vow of renunciation. Sanat Kumara also, when inquired about Sankha Muni, he explained the Srimad Bhagavatam to him. And that Sankha Muni had heard from that Sanat Kumar. And that four Kumars, Sanak, Sanatan, Sananda, Sanat Kumar, are eternal brahmacharis, originally inclined toward impersonal Brahman realization, but they became also bhakti. They are again to transform to bhakti. And so that 125, Sita Anandini Jaro Kahi Eka. Jar Kahi Ekkola, Heno Prabhu Nityananda, Ke Jane Tar Khela. That person of whom Lord Ananta is a kala, time, or part of a plenary part, is Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who therefore can know the first times of Lord Nityananda. So we came to know that Lord Balaram and Lord Nityananda and Lakshmana all are the expansion of Lord Balaram, and Lord Balaram is the expansion of Lord Krishna. And Lord Balaram always glorified to Lord Krishna. Then I will finish with that prayer of Chitraketu, that he is praying that you exist in all time, you exist in all places. Your holy name is only once if someone utter, even Chandals are free from all contamination. So we are praying, I am praying, Hey Balaram, hey Lord Sankarsan, hey Ananta, please give us spiritual strength. Hare Krishna. Thank you. If anybody having...
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
Thank you
Pranam,
very much
Hare
for
Krishna.
enlightening this text 21, which is the very much source of Lord Shankarshan throughout the creation, how he helped Krishna in his mission. Since he has the thousands and thousands of mouths, the purpose of this is to sing the glories of the Lord so that he can please the Lord by his own action. This teaches us how important is the singing the glories of the Lord. So Lord Shankarshan and the story you encircled right from the text 21 and throughout the end of Lord Shankarshan's role really shows how important he is. As you mentioned, how this whole world is balanced, though we see the gravitational forces balancing each of the things. But Srila Prabhupada explicitly explain that the whole thing is system of balancing is done by Lord Shankarshan only. So Lord Shankarshan is none other the expansion of Lord Krishna, who manages everything before his arrival. And he is known as the Param Guru. So through him only we get all the knowledge from Krishna himself. So the role of Lord Ananta is very, very important to know about him. And in chapter 25, we will see how the glories of Lord Ananta is described beautifully and in great length, so that we can understand his importance in the role of Krishna's presence in this world. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. No, today is time is there. Thank you. Your summarization is great. Hare Krishna. If anyone is having any other realization or any questions, or if I do some mistakes, please correct me. So in that way we can remember Lord and we can discuss more. Hare Krishna. If nothing is there, no questions, no realization, we can finish here.
Thank you very much, Maraji, for the wonderful class.
Hare
One chakal paturo vyascha kripa
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय
Srila Prabhupada
की
jai.
जय
Lord Grace Sita Anandini Mataji ki
All
jai.
glory assembled
Srila
devotee.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for
Hare
listening.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Krishna.
Nice
Hare
class.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.